Once upon a time, in the heart of the jungle, there lived a very unusual lion. His name was Leo, and he hated roaring. All the other lions in his pride roared all day long. They woke up roaring, they greeted each other with roars, and they went to sleep with roars. But not Leo. Leo could only whisper, and he didn't like it one bit. Every morning when he tried to wake up and greet the sun with a mighty roar, this is what came out. "Good morning, little dewdrops. How are you today?" The other lions laughed at him, and his mother would just sigh and say, "Oh, Leo, why can't you be more like your brother?" Leo's older brother, Leon, was the best roarer in the whole pride. He could roar so loudly and so often that his roar was actually named thunder. One day, Leo couldn't take it anymore. He wanted to be a great roaring lion like his dad and brother. So he did something very brave. He flew to the top of a tall tree and shouted as loud as he could, "I am Leo, and I can roar." But when he did, he heard a tiny voice inside him that said, "That's not a roar. That's a squeak." Then another tiny voice said, "What a silly little squeak it is." And yet another voice said, "Let's all squeak together." And before Leo knew it, the whole jungle was filled with squeaks. All the animals stopped what they were doing and looked up at Leo in surprise. A wise old parrot landed on the tree right in front of him and said, "Leo, my boy, you may not be able to roar like your father, or even like your brother, but you have something just as powerful. You have an amazing ability to listen." Confused, Leo asked, "What do you mean? How is listening powerful?" The parrot ruffled his feathers and said, "When you listen, you hear things other lions don't hear. Now close your eyes and listen." So Leo closed his eyes and listened. At first, he heard nothing but the wind blowing through the trees. But then he started to hear the most amazing sounds. He heard the squeak of a mouse under a leaf. He heard the chirp of a beetle as it flew past his ear. He heard the hum of a bee making honey in a nearby hive, and he even heard the soft gurgle of a tiny stream far off in the distance. And as he listened to that sound, his heart skipped a beat. He had never heard that sound before. It sounded sad and lonely, and for some reason, Leo felt like he needed to go and find it. So he followed the sound, and soon he came across a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a beautiful pool of water, but no river could be found anywhere. And as Leo looked around, he saw hundreds of thirsty animals. There were zebras and giraffes and elephants and even a pride of lions. And as he got closer, he heard their cries. "Please help us," they cried. "We need water. We're so thirsty." And then Leo understood. The gurgling sound he heard was the sound of the river crying. And now that he understood what he had to do, Leo ran back to the wise old parrot and told him everything he had heard. The parrot nodded his head and said, "You did well, Leo. Now all we have to do is get the animals to the river." And that's exactly what they did. From that day on, Leo became known throughout the jungle as the lion who saved the river. And although he could only whisper, he was happier than he had ever been before, because he knew that his special ability to listen made him one of the bravest lions in the whole jungle. And now it's time for a sound hunt. Can you hear what's happening here? Can you name that jungle sound? Pause the video here if you want to make a guess. In the Whispering Lion story, sound effects are used to bring the story to life. Sound effects are the noises we use to add atmosphere and emotion to our stories. They're used in movies, TV shows, video games, and of course, animation. And you can use them too, whether you're telling a story in person or recording a voiceover like this one. If you're looking for sound effects to use in your own projects, check out the website. They have thousands of high-quality sound effects that can be downloaded with just a few clicks, and best of all, they're free. Did you know that lions actually purr? They purr just like cats do, and baby lions purr even louder than grown-up lions. If you'd like to hear a story about a lion cub who taught the jungle how to purr, click the video on screen now.